What if the old mapsta, ones drawn centuries before modern explorers, set eyes on Antarctica weren't mistakes or guesses, but copies of charts made when the southern continent was free of ice? I first came across the Piri Reis map in a dusty reproduction at a library, dated 1513, drawn by an Ottoman admiral. It shows parts of South America and, curiously, a landmass at the bottom. Not coast ice, but mountains and rivers features hidden beneath 2 miles of frozen crust today. Skeptics say it was artistic license. But what if Admiral Reis was copying something older, something handed down from a time when Antarctica's coastlines were green? From a native perspective, maps aren't just lines. They are memory. Our people draw rivers as snakes, hills as sleeping buffalo. The land itself is alive, and maps are ways of singing its song forward. If ancient sailors once circled Antarctica, they would have carried its memory in story and chart. Even if their world collapsed, the chart might survive copied, carried, misunderstood until it reached Reis's hands. Geologists tell us Antarctica hasn't been ice-free for millions of years. But ice cores also reveal sudden shifts. There were windows, tens of thousands of years ago, when parts of the continent may have thawed. If humans or someone else were sailing then, they could have mapped it. That raises the question: who was sailing? Mainstream history says complex navigation didn't exist that far back. Yet here we are, staring at maps that shouldn't exist. Imagine a civilization, long forgotten, with fleets able to cross oceans. They charted coastlines, recorded mountains, marked currents. When their cities fell flood, comet, or their charts were preserved in fragments, passed like heirlooms, through Phoenicians, Egyptians, Greeks, until one Ottoman admiral stitched them together. He thought he was preserving knowledge. Maybe he didn't realize he was preserving a whisper from a world before ice. The strangest part is how the maps seem accurate. Modern surveys with radar, peering under Antarctica's ice, confirm rivers and mountains, where the old maps show them. How could 16th century mapmakers know what lay hidden? Unless they weren't guessing, they were remembering. From the viewpoint of my elders, memory is not only human. The earth remembers, and sometimes it lends fragments to dreamers, shamans, or artists. A map might be carried not only in ink, but in vision. The ancestors could have dreamed Antarctica green, recorded what they saw, and passed it along as guidance. Here's the haunting thought. If maps of Antarctica exist from before the ice, they aren't just curiosities. They're evidence of human history deeper and stranger than textbooks allow. Maybe our species didn't crawl forward slowly. Maybe we rose, fell, and rose again. Antarctica could hold ruins under that ice harbor's stone rings, or even cities buried like seeds, waiting for thaw. Picture a future expedition drilling through the ice, unearthing stone docks older than Egypt. Or perhaps, more chilling, imagine the ice melting under climate change, revealing structures step by step, as if the continent itself is unveiling memory on schedule. If ancient maps of Antarctica were made before the ice, then our history is not a straight line but a cycle. Civilizations rise, fall, and leave only whispers in charts and myths. And perhaps Antarctica is not a blank white continent after all, but the frozen vault of humanity's forgotten chapter.